Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our technical analysis update of gold and silver. We'll jump in here. I'll give you my financial opinion. And let's start off with the dollar. So the dollar is heading lower today, getting bushwhacked, slammed, just like, you know, I. So usually in these markets, what I've noticed over the years is that the dollar seems to have a period where it strengthens and then eventually it heads lower. Why do I think that? Because that's what history has told me. History has showed that when the housing starts hit some sort of critical level, and I can't tell you that exact level, that the dollar starts to decline. Is this the beginning of that start of the decline? All I'm going to say is maybe. Maybe. No one knows for sure, but we are going into an expansionary phase, which is usually inflationary. You seem to get a period where there's like rotation of money, where the dollar strengthens, people sell their stocks, they sell their bonds, and they cash it in for dollars, and then they rotate it into something else. And maybe this is it, maybe it isn't, but it sure looks to me like the dollar's getting weaker. We do have these consolidation periods. So if you look at this, you have an accumulation period, a distribution period, and then it usually falls lower. Now, some people say that this is going to rocket higher. I disagree with that standpoint, given where we are in the cycle. I think that something like this is going to come eventually. You go into an expansionary phase. In between, they rotate into dollars, like in this section here, and then it comes back and gets weaker. Are we in that weaker phase? I don't necessarily know for sure, but it sure looks like we're bouncing off this resistance line to the downside in the short term. Looking at the 10-year yield, the 10-year yield is still remaining robust. We have bounced and had our head off this resistance line. That white line going across is providing resistance through time. And it's in that general vicinity. It's a resistance band, so to speak. But yeah, we could head lower a little bit. Maybe we come back and hit this 2.5 mark and figure out where we go from there. Weaker dollar. Usually gold likes a little bit of a weaker dollar. So commodities are looking fantastic to try to break to the upside here. That's what it looks like to me. Gold is looking decent. We were up today, a little wick at the top. Again, I do think from a longer term perspective that gold's going to do very, very well. You get these consolidation periods. They break, they do a back test sometimes, and then they run. We're getting that back test out of us, and I think that eventually will run to the upside, given the market conditions. Silver is going to be mirroring gold, just delayed behind it, and a little bit more volatile than gold, a little bit more amplified move, so to speak. And then platinum also, I think, is in a good spot. We are coming into this descending wedge, and we are hopefully going to break out at some point soon, hopefully soon. The XAU to gold ratio, the mining companies in relationship to gold, it does look like they're outperforming a little bit, bouncing off the support area on the ratio, and we'll see where that goes. Karora Resources right at support, looking like it's holding there. EXK just moving sideways today. Nothing really to talk about. It's right at that resistance line. Fortuna Silver Mines just moving sideways, but above its pattern. This is bounced off support coming up to resistance in GDX. We've got metallic minerals looking like this is basically a wedge forming where we're probably going to break to the upside, perhaps. But that's that little wedge that's forming there. Koya Resources is getting a lot more buyers here. It looks like it wants to go higher. That's a bullish engulfing pattern. Discovery Silver bouncing off support line. We've got First Majestic just moving sideways. This could have one last, we'll call it, spill out of this. And what I'm seeing is, if we zoom in here, it's basically just a kind of a how can I say it? There we go. It's squeezing up just a little bit, and maybe we puke out to the downside and then go. But something on the lines of that. Newmont's coming back, retesting this breakout here. If we zoom in, there's your kind of retest, and we're getting a little bit of support right where it's at. Mag Silver, again, nice, good bullish engulfing there. A nice, good push higher. we're back within this support resistance band in this general vicinity. The amount of gold, just selling off a little bit. I'm going to skip through these other ones here, these small guys. PLG moving sideways for the most part. Siboney Stillwater still moving sideways. This does look a lot better. I've seen these patterns where they kind of get like this V bottom, then take off. And hopefully that's the case. Sandstorm Gold bouncing off support, getting above the first line of resistance. Franco-Nevada bouncing off support, looking okay. EMX just moving sideways below the resistance line. We've got Student Resources moving sideways. Wheaton Precious Metals. That one's bouncing off support, heading a little bit higher. I do like right where it's at, though. Looks good. Gold Royalty moving sideways. Metallo Royalty and Streaming moving sideways below the resistance support. And again, these could be false breakouts, guys. I don't think we're going lower in these. I think we're going to be going eventually higher. And usually when these tilt downward like this, that usually means that we want to move higher. So I'm still very much bullish on all of these. And whenever you get these things tilted a little bit lower, what you don't want to see is a rollover top. These kind of came down, and they're facing from a perspective of a declining wedge, falling wedge pattern. Royal Gold coming on back a little bit. A Cisco Gold Royalty bouncing off support. Again, these short-term movements, guys, they're just going back and forth, it seems like, until we break. And then Altius up, bouncing off support, going to the upside. That one looks good. Whoa, natural gas was way up. I just saw that. So that's what we have for today, guys. I'm still a big bull in gold and silver and any precious metal, platinum as well. Why am I bullish on it? I think we're just early in this game. They usually hit in the middle to end of the bull market quite hard. And we've just started this bull market in commodities. So it's getting there. We just need to be patient and ride. I haven't sold anything. I still own everything. In fact, I just bought more of my mutual fund in precious metals today. I added to it today. So I'm continuing to add in. Why am I adding into this? Because it's down. You buy things when they're down. You buy it when nobody's looking at it. You buy it when no one's paying attention. And then you just keep cost averaging in. And then you wait until your time in the sun comes. That's all you can do. All right, guys, we'll catch you next time. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website, Platinum Membership. If you guys want to know how I'm playing this, what companies, I give you my portfolio. I don't have the percentages of each because that fluctuates quite dramatically over time depending on what's going up and what's going down. And I don't think that's necessarily that important. But general rule of thumb, 30% precious metals, 30% energy-related stocks, and then 30% base metals, agriculture. And that's roughly where I'm at. If you were to take that's roughly what I started at when I went in. Now, since energy's gone up so much, I'm probably 60, 70% energy. And the rest is much smaller because they just haven't performed as well as the energy sector. Am I rotating and moving into the other sectors? Nope. I'm going to leave energy run. It looks really good, so I'm just going to leave it. I am putting and deploying new money into sectors like precious metals and sectors like energy service companies that have lagged. So I am looking at those. So that's kind of how I'm playing all this. All right, guys, we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.